Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
It is 4:27 here on our Friday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us here in Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We begin today with a sad mark on our calendar. It has been 3 years since the bodies of Abby Williams and Libby German were found in Delphi after they went missing. Those girls found murdered, and their killer has still not been caught.
Yeah, it's pretty incredibly sad that we haven't found an end to this case, any kind of closure yet for their families and that entire community, a really close-knit community. There's been fundraisers since then. They keep showing the suspect's picture, video. There's a hotline that's still open. They want to hear tips from you, so we're going to be breaking all that down for you. Raphael is going to be talking to one of the mothers of one of those girls, and we'll have that coming up at 6 o'clock.
Incredibly hard to believe that this case remains unsolved, but it is just one of many unsolved cases, not only here in the Hoosier State, but across our country. And today we're looking into how podcasts are actually changing that. Many true crime podcasts now out there on the market, focusing on these cases that are unsolved, and some have actually been solved because the right person listens and they have the right bit of information.
Yeah, it's all about keeping the case and those girls or whoever was the victims top of people's mind years after these things happen, because sometimes we go on with life and we forget about it, and maybe there's someone that saw something or who's seen something since and they have a clue that could help just give the detectives what they need to solve that case. So we're going to be talking with people who do one of these crime podcasts coming up about how it helps. We do want to take a turn right now to our forecast, and boy, if you have not looked outside or stepped outside, you're going to be in for a rude awakening.
Yes.
We haven't had a cold day like this
I was going to say, it's been a minute. I don't remember the last time the temps have been this low.
It's been a while, and you know, I think we've been concentrating on just the precipitation, especially this week, and then we had some warmer temperatures here and there. But today it is going to be quite the blast of cold air as you step outside. Temperatures are starting in the single digits this morning, but it feels much colder than that. Those wind chill readings are going to be below zero. We're at about 9 below zero right now in Indianapolis, so you need to bundle up today. This is that dangerous cold when you step outside. Actual temperatures will only climb into the teens this afternoon. The good news is we are going to see some sunshine today, and it is going to be a dry day, which I know a lot of us are happy about after that snow we had the past couple days.
Makes it a little bit easier.
Exactly. And the good news is this is the coldest day, and then we're going to steadily climb, especially this weekend is looking pretty good.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. And finally, what is old is new again in Trafalgar.
Yeah, we're going down to Johnson County to this small town to show you Indian Creek Elementary School. So this is a building that closed and it was just sitting vacant. Well, one man decided that he wanted to turn it into something for the community, for his own business and his own family. So, what do you think it'd be like to live at an elementary school? We're going to find out from our own Kelsey Anderson coming up on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Today marks 3 years since Abby Williams and Libby German were found dead in Delphi. We look back at the investigation as police continue to search for their killer.
Indiana leads the nation in infant and maternal mortality rates. Call 6 Investigates is learning more about the state's newest efforts to help mothers get prenatal care.
And construction continues at the White River State Park stage as summer concert dates near. The progress being made and how residents are reacting to that project. And that is a job right there that I would not want to have on a day like today.
That's right. It is so cold out this morning. We want to talk to Alyssa Donovan first about the temperatures right now, what it feels like right now.
You know, and that's the big story today, is just how cold it is when you step outside. A big change from what we saw yesterday. Yesterday morning, it actually didn't feel too bad in the morning because we had that snow on the ground, kind of an insulator from any cold air in the area. But today, a big change. We're starting with those temperatures in the single digits. We're actually at 0 degrees in Lafayette and Peru this morning, 6 degrees in Indianapolis. You can just see off to our west in Illinois. Champaign is at 3 below zero. Those are the temperatures. And then our wind chill readings are below that. So we are seeing those wind chills in the below zero range. We are just about 9 below zero in Indianapolis right now, 4 below zero in Muncie, 16 below zero up in Peru. So it's going to be a chilly day. You definitely need to bundle up as you head outside. We have high pressure building in right now. The good news with that is we just have a few stray clouds lingering this morning, and then we are going to see some sunshine as we head through the afternoon. That high pressure is going to be in control today and into tomorrow. So we are going to see some dry conditions over the next couple days before we see our next system coming in early next week. Today, starting with those frigid temperatures, a little bit of cloud coverage, single digits. We're only climbing into the teens this afternoon.
Alyssa, thank you. Here's a look right now at traffic on the near east side. This is our camera here at I-70 at Rural Street and Keystone Avenue. You can see the city skyline there in the background. Everything's traveling up to speed this morning. You see a lot of steam there rising from the buildings. It is a frigid morning commute. Let's take a look right now across town on I-465 and Sam Jones Expressway on the west side. You can see a stalled vehicle there in the shoulder. Traffic still moving by just fine here on the interstate. We'll continue to keep you updated on any crashes or delays, but right now things are traveling pretty smoothly.
Today marks 3 years since the bodies of 2 missing girls were found in Delphi. Abby Williams and Libby German were on a walk along the Old Monon High Bridge on February 13th, 2017, when a man approached them. Libby was able to use her cell phone to videotape the person now considered to be the prime suspect in the case. At this point, no arrest has been made. Since the start of the investigation, police have received 40,000 tips. Investigators say their efforts are slowed when people share photos of others who are not the suspect on social media. These are the official images police want people to focus on. If you recognize this man, you are asked to immediately contact law enforcement. Coming up at 6 o'clock, our Rafael Sanchez will sit down with the families of Abby and Libby to talk about the girls' legacies.
It is 4:33. Police are working to learn more about a deadly shooting on the east side of Indianapolis last night. Investigators found a man with critical injuries on Sherman Drive near Washington Street around 7 p.m. He later died at the hospital. Police are still trying to figure out what led to that shooting and have not released any information yet on a suspect.
A Boone County pediatrician accused of committing sex crimes against children in his care has been found guilty. A jury convicted 42-year-old Dr. Jonathan Cavins of child molestation, sexual misconduct with a minor, and child seduction. The case came to light after a 12-year-old boy told his parents Cavins molested him during an examination. Later, 4 more victims came forward. Cavins will be sentenced at a later date.
The FBI is asking for help to track down this man who they say should be considered armed and dangerous. His name is James Taylor, and he's 25 years old. He's wanted for violating his probation following the robbery of a pharmaceutical business and for theft case in Marion County. The FBI says he's also wanted for questioning about a string of recent bank robberies. If you recognize this man or know anything, get in touch with Crime Stoppers. You can find that phone number for the FBI also at theindychannel.com.
A new audit says 2 online charter schools owe the state of Indiana nearly $86 million. According to the report, the Indiana Virtual School and Indiana Virtual Pathways Academy inappropriately paid that money to companies linked to the school's founders or associates. Both schools were shut down in August after inflating enrollment numbers and wrongly receiving millions in state payments. The audit demands that the nearly $86 million be reimbursed to the state, although it's uncertain if any of it can be recovered.
It is 4:35. RTV6 hit the road to show you the state's latest effort in curbing Indiana's high infant mortality rate. Call 6 Investigates has been covering this issue and holding top state officials accountable for months now, as Indiana ranks one of the worst in the state, one of the worst states in the country, rather, for babies dying before their first birthdays. We traveled to Fort Wayne in Allen County, which is the first of 20 counties to have an OB Navigator program. It was established there to connect at-risk pregnant women with critical prenatal services. The program finds and contacts women who are enrolled in Medicaid and connects them with providers and home visitation services like Healthier Moms and Babies.
Many of the moms that we serve are, maybe homeless, on the verge of homelessness. They could be in an unsafe and unhealthy relationship. They might have another child, but childcare is so expensive, rent is so expensive, and they're working a minimum wage job. Those are really factors that impact their pregnancy.
Last year, Healthier Moms and Babies received about 1,500 referrals from community partners. So far, they've received a handful of referrals from the OB Navigator. Madison, Delaware, Henry, and Grant counties are next in line for this program.
With summer concerts only months away, progress is being made as construction continues at White River State Park. The park has only had a temporary stage and portable restrooms since concerts first began in 2004. The first phase of construction is already done, which includes a ticket office and 60 permanent restrooms. Now they're working to build a stage and install 3,000 seats. Some people we talked to are excited about the project, but others say they wanted more input in the improvements.
This is a world-class area, world-class venue that has not been honored in that way. This looks more like a big box Costco type store.
So I'm from Hamilton County, so we have the Ruoff Home Mortgage Center up there, and that's a pre-built-in stage, and I've always loved going there. Concerts there are awesome, so I think bringing that down here, down to Indianapolis, will kind of open that invitation to people coming to more concerts.
We asked the White River State Parks Development Commission whether there was any public input involved, but we're still waiting for their response. Construction is expected to wrap up in June, and the first concert is Bare Naked Ladies, scheduled for July 5th.
Popular restaurant chain Shake Shack is coming to Fishers. The company says it will open its first street-side location in Indiana on 116th Street. Shake Shack's menu features burgers, hot dogs, frozen custard, and milkshakes. Construction on the restaurant is expected to begin sometime this year. The company announced last year that it's coming to Indianapolis International Airport. That location is expected to open this summer.
America's still not ready to elect a gay guy.
Rush Limbaugh under fire after comments he made about Democratic candidate Pete Buttigieg's sexuality. Coming up, how members of both parties and President Trump are responding to the controversy.
And Honda is recalling hundreds of thousands of minivans. Still ahead, why they say models of the Odyssey are a fire hazard. Alyssa.
And we are done with the snow for now, but now we have the cold. Wind chills below zero this morning coming up. I'll tell you how long this cold streak is going to last.
Love Burlington. Welcome back. Here's a live look at traffic right now on the northeast side, I-465 and I-69. You can see traffic in this area is moving along up to speed. No delays to slow you down.
Conservative talk show host Rush Limbaugh is drawing criticism from both sides of the aisle after he said the country won't elect Democratic candidate Pete Buttigieg because it's not ready for an openly gay president. Democratic candidates and even President Trump responding to the host's remarks. On his radio show, Limbaugh began talking about how he thinks Democrats are concerned about their frontrunners and pointed a finger at Buttigieg.
They got to be looking at that, and they've got to be saying that despite all the great progress and despite all the great wokeness and despite all the great ground that's been covered, America's still not ready to elect a gay guy kissing his husband on the debate stage president.
Buttigieg has finished near the top of the first two primary contests in Iowa and New Hampshire. Fellow Democratic candidate Joe Biden came to the former South Bend mayor's defense, saying he has honor and courage. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham also responded, saying he doesn't think a candidate's sexual orientation would hurt his or her chances. When asked if Americans would vote for a gay president, President Trump told Fox News he would be open to it, saying, quote, "I think there would be some that wouldn't, but I wouldn't be among that group. It doesn't seem to be hurting Pete Buttigieg," end quote.
It is 4:43. President Trump's national emergency declaration at the U.S. border with Mexico will stay in effect for another year. The extension was released in a document submitted by the White House. The declaration unlocked billions of dollars in federal funds to build the wall on the southern border, bypassing Congress. National emergencies typically expire after 1 year, but the White House can submit a document to the Federal Register to continue it.
Today marks 2 years since the shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. 17 people were killed, including 14 students, when a gunman stormed the campus in 2018. The shooter, Nicholas Cruz, has confessed to killing and faces the death penalty if convicted. Many of the students that survived have become gun control advocates. Florida's governor also issued all of the state's flags to fly half-staff in remembrance of the victims. And because of mass shootings like Parkland, active shooter drills have unfortunately become a normal practice inside schools.
Now, the second largest teachers union in America wants them to stop. The American Federation of Teachers and other organizations are calling on schools to end those drills, calling them traumatizing for students. The groups instead want an approach that doesn't involve students, like extreme risk laws or staff-only training. They are also recommending that information regarding the drills be given to parents ahead of time, and that the content should be created by a team with mental health professionals.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is remaking parts of its coronavirus test kits that were shipped to several states. According to the CDC, many of the kits produced inconclusive results. Not all states that received kits are affected, but those that were have to wait to resume testing until the new kits are shipped out. The CDC did not say how long that process could take. Here at 444, we're seeing some numbers today we have not seen in quite some time, Alyssa.
It's been a while since we've seen these single-digit temperatures, and we're also going to see below zero wind chills this morning. Right now, you can see where that cold air is moving in. We have this Arctic high pressure that's moving in from the north. That's taking our temperatures down. We're at 6 degrees in Indianapolis. You can see just off to our west, it's 10 below zero in Minneapolis right now, 5 below zero in Peoria, our neighbors just to the west. Really feeling that cold air, but you're going to feel it as well. The change between this time yesterday morning and this morning, about 26 degrees in Indianapolis. So a huge temperature swing that we're seeing today, and that wind chill is really what's going to make you feel that cold as you step outside. We're about 9 below zero with that wind chill reading right now, 16 below zero up in Peru and 15 below zero in Lafayette. So those winds are coming out of the west-northwest, about 15 miles per hour right now. So that's why we are feeling those wind chill readings as they usher in that cooler air from the north. High pressure in control today, and you can see that system that brought us that snow yesterday starting to move off to the west. We do have just a few lingering snow bands to the north, but that's due to just some lake effect snow. So if you are to the north, if you're heading along I-69 towards Fort Wayne, you might see just a few snow flurries out there, but most of us are going to start the day dry and stay dry over the next couple days. So high pressure in control, a little bit of cloud coverage to the north and south, but that's going to clear out as we head into the afternoon, and we're going to see some sunshine. So even though it's going to be cold today, we are seeing a little bit of sunshine, which we haven't seen in a couple days. Those winds will lighten up a little bit as we head into the afternoon, and that wind chill won't be as much of a factor. Highs today, though, only reaching the low 20s across the area, even colder to the north. Tomorrow morning, hanging on to that cold air, will be in the single digits to the north, right around 12 degrees in Indianapolis to start your Saturday. The good news is this cold air isn't going to last long. We're going to start to recover as we head into Saturday afternoon with partly sunny skies, highs almost into the low 40s, and then we'll start to see those temperatures a little bit warmer as we head into Sunday and continue that climb. So the weekend is looking pretty good right now. We're going to see calm conditions, a little bit warmer conditions, closer to average for this time of year. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast, today is going to be the coldest day, high right around 20 degrees. So this is our very cold blast. We have that sunshine coming in this afternoon. A lot of us will start to see that early this morning, though, as that sun begins to rise. And then we are in the 30s Saturday, 40s on Sunday with quiet conditions, a little bit more cloud coverage. And then on Monday, we do have another storm system coming in. That's going to bring us the potential of some light snow mixing with rain showers before we start to clear out as we head into next weekend.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. We are keeping a close eye on your roads this morning. Here is a look right now over on the west side of town, I-465 and I-74. You can see traffic in that area is moving along up to speed this morning. No major issues. No major issues on our traffic now maps as well, so that is good news for your commute. Let's take a look right now on one other side of town from our INDOT traffic camera. This is downtown I-65 here at the South Split. You can see traffic here is moving along up to speed. We did have a crash earlier this morning at the North Split, closing a few lanes. That has since cleared, and that is good news for your commute.
An alert this morning for Honda owners. The company is recalling Odyssey minivans, saying they're a fire hazard. The recall affects more than 200,000 vehicles from 2018 to the current model. Honda says the danger is in a potentially faulty power outlet in the third row. Damaged wiring could cause a short circuit and lead to a fire. Honda says it's aware of 3 fires caused by the outlet, but no injuries have been reported. The recall is expected to begin mid-March, and repairs are free of charge.
Wayfair has been one of the fastest growing tech companies, but the CEO now says that they're laying off hundreds of workers. More than 500 employees are going to be getting pink slips. The CEO says the layoffs will lower costs and improve efficiency. The company is dealing with the high costs of importing furniture and home goods from China. Wayfair is the latest retailer to announce job cuts. Macy's says last week it will eliminate 2,000 jobs and close more than 100 stores.
Social media platform Snapchat is rolling out a new feature to help with mental health. It's called Here For You, and it works by populating self-help information when users search topics like depression or bullying. Users can also connect with mental health experts through the app. Other platforms like Instagram and Pinterest have created tools to manage online harassment. More than half of kids and teens say they have been victims of cyberbullying.
Well, Nintendo is offering busy travelers a chance to break away for a little video game fun. Several major airports will be offering free Nintendo pop-up lounges with comfortable seating and charging stations for phones. Travelers can also spend time playing Nintendo Switch systems while awaiting their flights. The lounges will be available at Washington, D.C.'s Duels and Seattle's Tacoma and Dallas's Love Field and Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. Nintendo on-the-go lounges are also now open, and they will only be available through the end of March. So enjoy.
It is Valentine's Day, which means it's one of the busiest days of the year for flower shops. After the break, how one local shop owner is preparing for those who wait until the very last minute. Yeah, we're talking to you.
Today marks 3 years since the deaths of Abby and Libby here in Delphi. Beyond hope, what the families are sharing on this day. That story at 6 a.m. on Good Morning, Indiana.
I'm Vinny Politan. Coming up today on Court TV, a huge day in the Harvey Weinstein rape trial. The final closing argument for the jury. This time today, the prosecution delivers their closing argument, their last opportunity to convince this jury beyond a reasonable doubt that this man, Harvey Weinstein, is a sexual predator. Remember, Weinstein facing the potential of life in prison. We are live from our Court TV studios in New York City today on Court TV.
And don't forget, you can watch Court TV live right on your mobile device by visiting courttv.com. It's 4:51. We'll be right back.
300 today.
Welcome back. The time right now is 4:54. Here's a live look on the southeast side, I-465 near Arlington Avenue. Pretty quiet down this way. Traffic's traveling up to speed. Well, love is in the air this Valentine's Day. Heartfelt expressions will be made through cards, candy, jewelry, or maybe flowers.
Our Rafael Sanchez reports on who's most likely to wait until the very last minute on this day.
Jim Myrick's day will blossom with dozens of deliveries and last-minute callers.
Men wait until the very last minute to place their orders.
Why do men wait? It's every year on the same day, right?
I know it is. But
February
I
the
think
14th, right?
I believe that they feel that it's just another day.
This is the day when flowers and their petals are petaled as the official way to show endearment, begin a relationship, or save one. Are roses the top?
Roses are still at the top of the list.
This Franklin florist has plenty of those. It is cooler, as you can see, and a variety of others for a bouquet on demand. His shelves are loaded with the first wave of orders destined to make a love connection. And he warns that this Friday in February is not one to forget.
No makeup day for Valentine's Day.
It's the 14th.
14th.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. The owner of Bud of Bloom says since he owns a flower shop, his wife prefers a nice Valentine's Day card.
She's probably like, I get flowers all
exactly. Yes, yeah. So it's not that special.
Yeah.
But all right, Alyssa, a great day to cuddle up with your Valentine.
Yes, I think so. Not a great day for all those people that are going to be out delivering those flowers because it's chilly outside. Temperatures are starting in the single digits this morning. Those wind chill readings will be below 0 this morning, so you definitely need to bundle up. Hats, gloves, scarves as you head outside, those heavier jackets. Temperatures will only climb into the low 20s this afternoon. A lot of areas to the north will likely only reach the teens. Now, the good news with the forecast today, we are going to finally see some sunshine, and we'll see that this afternoon. So that is the shining bright lining in this forecast. And then we are going to see things calm down a little bit as we head towards the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, we're recovering with those temperatures into the 40s by Sunday. More chances of rain and snow by Monday.